This is the stage at which your net worth is very high and you have significantly more than enough. Who you choose to spend your life with can and will have a big impact on whether you will become financially independent or not. In this video, I'm going to share 6 things about financial freedom that I wish someone had explained to me in my 20s. This is because these were the exact 6 things that I went through to go from someone who lived in debt to becoming financially independent before the age of 40. When I was living paycheck to paycheck and consistently in debt at the end of every month, my definition of financial independence was really simple: not overdrafting my account by thousands at the end of the month. But when I became debt-free, I thought, well, this is great. But I still have to go to work, otherwise I wouldn't have a roof over my head. And that's when I started reflecting on what my next definition of financial independence was going to be moving forward. This was also when I realized that financial independence is a journey that actually happens over multiple stages. Some of those stages may take years to achieve, and your definition of financial independence will evolve over time. The first stage of financial independence is the cash flow deficit stage. At this stage, you make just enough money to cover your main bills, but you're still living paycheck to paycheck. You have enough to live on, but you're very dependent on your job because, well, you don't have a cushion. And what's very typical of people at this stage is that they have a sizable negative net worth, meaning that your liabilities are way more than your assets, if at all you have any. At this stage, cash flow is very tight. And this is very common when you first graduate university or college. You get an entry-level job, you probably have a lot of student loans, not a lot of money saved up. This is a very typical first stage for a lot of young people just starting out. The only way to get past the first stage is to find a way to create a surplus in your budget. That way you have something to work with in order to start increasing your net worth. So if you are at this stage and you want to advance, you have to find a way to either increase your income or reduce your expenses. You can increase your income by either getting a side hustle or getting a pay rise or working more hours, or you can reduce your expenses by maybe moving to a cheaper place or moving in with your parents if you live alone, eating out less, and so on. And remember, this won't be forever. It's just until you get your finances in balance. The good news is that most people can get through this first stage just by reviewing their budget and being a little bit more intentional with their spending. But if you have already cut your expenses and you're still stuck at this stage, then your only other option is to look for ways to make more money. If you are interested, I have linked my budgeting template below so you don't have to build it yourself from scratch. And I posted a very detailed step-by-step budgeting video explaining exactly how it works, and you can watch that after this video. Now, before moving on to the next stage, I would like to add that who you choose to spend your life with can and will have a big impact on whether you will become financially independent or not. Money issues is often cited as one of the top 3 reasons for divorces, and I have personally seen this play out far too often. So it's important to understand your partner's ambitions and their beliefs around money and managing it within a family or a household setting. Now, moving on to the second thing, or the second stage, the momentum stage. If you are at this stage, you are already ahead of 67% of people who unfortunately are still living paycheck to paycheck. Once you've been able to create a surplus in your budget by reducing your spending or increasing your income, you have a little bit of a cushion and you're no longer living paycheck to paycheck. Now you are able to save a little bit of money every month and you're able to pay down more than the minimums on your debt. And as a result, your liabilities are going down faster. You may even choose to start building your assets as well, meaning that your net worth is improving. And when your net worth is going up, this is a clear financial indicator that you're moving in the right direction. And it's a fantastic feeling because you're actually making progress. But here's the thing. Typically and realistically, in the momentum stage, your net worth is still negative, but it's less negative than it was before, or it's even close to 0. At this stage, you may have some assets, maybe 2,000 in your savings account, 5,000 in your retirement account, but you still got liabilities like your car loan or your student loan or a little bit left over on your credit card. But the important thing is that they are going down quickly because you're making extra payments towards your debt every month. Also, at this stage, if you lost your job or you had to stop working, you could easily maintain your life for maybe 2 or 3 months whilst you find another job, because you can live off your assets for a while. Given how difficult things are right now, this is a good place to be. The third stage is the clean slate stage. This is the stage where you are finally debt-free. You've been diligent about creating a surplus in your budget and using most or maybe even all of that to make extra payments towards your debt. And you can finally take a deep breath knowing that you won't be getting those debt reminder letters anymore. Now, to clarify, when I talk about debt, I wouldn't include a mortgage in here, and this is why. A mortgage is a debt that is attached to an appreciating asset, and it can be offset by the value of your home, meaning that if you sold your home today, you could easily pay off your mortgage and have some money left over. Also, your mortgage, similar to your rent, would be classed as a need or a necessity within your monthly bills. So when I say debt-free, I'm talking about consumer debt, the kind of debt that isn't offset by a corresponding asset that would be enough to pay all of it off. So student loans and credit cards, things like that. At this stage, your net worth has finally become positive, meaning that you no longer have liabilities because it's all been paid off, and all of your free cash flow is now going into your savings or investment accounts. You may even see a significant or a rapid rise in your net worth like I did at this stage because of the compounding effects of investing. The fourth stage is the accumulation stage. Now here, you are adding to your savings and investments on an ongoing basis. If you're at this stage, you have a solid positive net worth, maybe 15,000 in savings, 50,000 in your retirement account, and maybe 45,000 in your investments, and so on. And at this stage, you start to notice your investments are throwing off really good passive income, but maybe not quite enough that you can quit your job and live off that income. You also have a full-sized emergency fund with anywhere between 3 to 9 months of living expenses set aside. So if you stop working temporarily, you'll be okay. The fifth stage is the life-changing stage to me, and it's what I call the chasm. And this is the stage that most people would call financial freedom. At this stage, your net worth is high. You no longer rely on your job, and your investments throw off enough income to cover your expenses and then some. And this passive income may be in the form of rental income, dividends, interest income, royalty income, or business income. Also, and very importantly, at this stage, you have enough net income, i.e. income after expenses, to keep investing and growing your wealth without actually doing any more work. And you can quit your job if you choose to. And even though most people think that you have to wait until you're in your 60s to get here, that's just not true. You can get to the chasm stage of financial independence much sooner than that. And the sixth and final stage of financial independence is the abundance stage. This is the stage at which your net worth is very high and you have significantly more than enough. Money is no longer a concern at all, and your focus shifts to legacy or generational wealth building and impact. The sad reality, however, is that very few people ever get to this stage. And while many aspire to a life where money is no longer a constraint, the reality is that most individuals remain in the earlier stages, managing expenses, reducing debt, and building basic financial stability. Now, here's the thing. Reaching financial freedom is not only about your income level, but it also requires sustained discipline, long-term investing, and often decades of consistent decision-making. But also external factors like the economy, access to opportunities, financial education also play a significant role. And sadly, because of this, the abundance stage is relatively rare. It's typically achieved by a small percentage of people who combine strong financial habits with time, a good strategy, and sometimes a degree of advantage or luck. Now, I want to leave you with this encouragement. Financial independence may seem like this unattainable dream that could never happen to you, but I can tell you that it's doable. It's not easy, but it's certainly possible. Personally, once I got past the first stage, the cash flow deficit stage, my ambition was to get to stage 4, the accumulation stage, because I believed that stage 5 and beyond were for much older and much wiser people. I didn't see it as being realistically within my grasp before the age of 60, and certainly not by the age of 40. Everyone's chasm and abundance number will be different. So whatever stage you're at right now, don't be too hard on yourself. Nowadays, things are increasingly getting tougher, and it doesn't matter how old you are, just make a plan for how you intend to go from one stage to the next, and just do it one step at a time. As long as you keep going, you'll hopefully reach the ultimate dream of financial independence. I post videos just like this one every Sunday on personal investing and finance, so that you can start to get a clear sense of what it really feels like to achieve financial independence and enjoy life on your own terms. I'll see you in the next one. Look after yourselves.